Carpe Diem, guys. Safety Liner C2 here. Today was my first day of school. Oh man, I don't know what to say about it. And this is kind of like my first day of school type thing rant. This is also my kind of sort of unofficial, you already kind of know the details announcement that says, now that school's in session, less time for videos. You guys already know that if you've been with me in years past. But just a heads up if you are new or you weren't with me last year when I started school or whatever. Heads up, band is kicking in now. Homework, school, all this is in effect now. So, not as much time. Okay, so starting off the day. Get on the bus. Well, actually, yeah, I was getting on the bus and oh no, same bus, different driver. Oh man, I loved last year's driver. He was so awesome. But turns out we got a different driver who drove, if I'm not mistaken, 1124 last year, which is a 06 CE, and I ride 6158, which is a 09 CE. So it's definitely an upgrade for him. 09 or 10. One of the two, I can't remember. So keep this in mind that he drove bus 1124. Okay. So got to school, got my schedule. For those of you who don't know, my brother is actually a freshman this year. So he says, "Hey Cameron, show me where my first class is." So since we're a very large school, there's like 3,200 people. They have it divided out. So they have a main hallway. And then they had seniors on one side, juniors, and then they had in the cafeteria freshmen and sophomores on their respective sides. So, you know, he went and found his schedule, I went and found mine, and told me to meet him somewhere, and I never saw him after that. So, yeah, I did not see my brother or my stepsister throughout the day, which is a blessing for me, because that's all I really need. Nor do they have my lunch. My brother has the first lunch, my stepsister, I assume, has a second lunch. And then I have the third lunch, which is my favorite lunch, because it's the perfect time. It's right at noon. The first lunch is at like 10:30, and the second one's at like 11, and I'm 11:15 or something like that. And I'm just like, you know what, 12 is the time that you eat lunch. So, plus we have 7 classes, and you go through the first 5 before lunch, and then you only have 2 after lunch, which is pretty cool. So it makes the day go by faster. Let's see, first class is video production 2. So I already have an assignment, and it's due Wednesday. Yeah, so I get to film myself tomorrow. I actually have the camera downstairs, and yep. Let's see what else. Then I have English 4. Apparently, from what I've heard, the teacher is really laid back, and she's pretty cool from what I hear. Let's see, third period I have Statistics AP, and I heard that she is also pretty laid back, but oh my gosh, she talks way too much. Way too much. Fourth period I have, I don't even know, economics, that's what I have, fourth period. And the guy who teaches economics was actually one of my freshman teachers, and he is an amazing teacher. He was an awesome teacher. And then I go down to band, and then lunch, which is my favorite time of day, and then forensic science, which is my science this year, and I've heard it's pretty cool, and then Money Matters, which is just a finance type course thing. Yeah, here's my big rant. Now, remember that the bus driver for this year drove bus 1124 last year, and I'm actually going to pull out my magical Safety Liner C2 clipboard, my drawing board, if you will. So, let me show you a map of our route from last year. So we would have this school over here, we would have this main road right here, and then we would have another road up there. My home is right back in there. We would have a stop right here, and then go around and blah 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 blah. This is definitely not extremely accurate, okay? So we would have a stop right there and right there. So you can see where the stops are. We have where the stops were, I should say. We had one right here and one right here. So school's over here, down there, and then you would take this main road up here, and then you would come into the neighborhood. You would go around there, then go around, drop off right here, and then go. Okay, look at this main road up here, this other main road. Okay, keep that in mind. Now let me show you our stop, or not our stop, our route this year. Okay, now the guy who drove 1124, our bus driver this year, his job involved a lot of side streets, which I'm okay with. I don't really care about the side streets, okay? There are plenty of side streets on that main road from the school to my house, okay? And he would drop off in front of those side streets since they didn't go back very far. So, let's see, draw this again. You would have a side street here, and here, here, and here, okay? And then my neighborhood would be, say, right here. Okay, that's way too much. Okay, you would come in here, do the same stops, whatever, blah 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 blah. Okay, so you have all these different side streets. Maybe if I hold up a piece of paper to it, it'll work better. I should have planned this out before I just started filming. Let's see, there's a piece of paper. Here's one. See if I have a piece of tape or something that I can see. Here's one. Here's my official tape. Just wasting your time. Don't worry, guys. That's what you're here for me to waste your time. There, now you can see better. Why didn't I do that earlier? Okay, so you have all these side streets right down over here. Okay, and there's a side street up here too. Now let me draw this other main road up here, okay? So this other main road, he would then proceed. So what he used to do is he would come from the school and he would drop off this here, or he would drop off all these side streets and then go down that way and then go down to another neighborhood and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And what my bus driver last year would do is he would go from the school straight up here to my neighborhood and drop off our stop. Now here's what they do. This year is absolute crap. We drive from the school all the way up here, down over there. We come over here, we drop off the kids, come back up here, over here, down here, we drop off 4 or 5 side streets, and then we come down here, and then we take our route and drop us off. Now, here's the thing. Combining routes is a-okay with me. I don't care. Combine all the routes that you want. Okay, the side street routes, I think, those are fun. I understand that it's going to make it easier dropping off those side streets with our bus. But here's the thing. They combined, this is my opinion, saying that they combined the wrong routes. Our neighborhood is composed of different sections. So we have the estates, we have Park, we have Park 2, which is what I live in. We have Mills, we have all these different ones. Okay, and Park 2, which is what I live in, it's not the biggest neighborhood, but it's still, it's decent sized. So we have 2 bus stops. We have one that serves the back half of the community, and then some other routes probably over in one of the other sections. And then we have our bus, which covers the middle and the front. If you wanted to combine routes, you should have combined those 2 instead of going all the way down, going off these side streets, then going down onto that other main road, going down, dropping off only 6 students. And I did see another bus there, but there is a middle school right next to it that gets out at the same time, so it could have been a middle school bus, but I'm going to check, because that might have been a high school bus. And if it's a high school bus, they just combined the wrong routes. I mean, seriously, that is a waste of our money, I guess. Snack on my M&Ms here for a second. I mean, they combine the wrong routes. What else can I say? And now, they're also doing the same stuff that they have been doing in previous years when they buy new buses. They take the old buses, so there's been Bluebird Internationals, International CEs, and even some normal CEs, some older L5 CEs, that they take they like cut a poster board in half and they take stencils and they spray paint the number on there, and then they tape that poster board onto the bus covering the original number, and then they call it that bus because the bus hasn't really shipped or been delivered, I should say. So for example, my bus driver from my freshman and sophomore year, she's driving bus 6218, which is going to be a 2015 CE. But it hasn't arrived yet, so she's driving 905, which is an 05 CE, marked as 6218. I mean, come on. I understand that yeah, there's going to be a few late arrivals, if you will, but I'm going to go out here and say half an hour to watch my brother's bus 6297 be a, say, Bluebird International if they haven't been delivered yet. If they wanted to order these buses, a more appropriate time would have been, say, at the beginning of the year, or in May or April or so, not in June, which is when I'm assuming that they order it, because my bus 6197, which was a brand new 2013 CE my sophomore year, that bus didn't come until September, like late September, early October, so I rode bus 729 marked as 6197 until it arrived. I mean, I have a whole ranting video on that, but still, our district transportation screwed up. They combined the wrong routes, and they're still doing that same crap where they're spray painting they're writing the numbers on the bus. I mean, what more can I say? That's pretty much my rant. They screwed up, and I think they need to rework their thinking, because they could have found they could do a much more money effective saving weight thingamajig. I mean, if they gave me route sheets and maps, I could figure it out. I think I could figure it out, but I don't know. That's just my rant. So yeah, let me know how your first day of school goes. I hear a bus outside. Let me guess. It's just marked as something. Oh, I can't see. I don't know. I heard a max force, but whatever. Like I said, that's my first day of school rant, so yep, just needed to get that out of my system. Oh, and to mention this, the bus comes 10 minutes later at home now, or I get home 10 minutes later than I normally would, so I would normally get home at 3 o'clock, or 2:50. Now I get home at 3 o'clock, which is okay, yes, but they need to do different routes is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's pretty much my rant. Make sure you subscribe right down here. It's a magical red button that says you and I subscribe to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, or over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it down, I don't care where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or your first day is going to go just like mine. And make sure you also share this video with a friend. Show it to your mom, share it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care, don't get raped. Top video up here will lead you to my latest and greatest video, and the bottom video down here will lead you to a random video. So yeah guys, thanks for watching.